Leonard Ellerbe and Eddie Hearn, two huge names in the boxing world, found themselves in a heated altercation, and it wasn't your average argument. This one escalated into a full-blown fight, fueled by the debate over a potential showdown between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shocker Stevenson. The topic that ignited the clash? Who would win in a fight between the knockout artist Davis and the highly skilled Stevenson? The brawl between Ellerbe and Hearn shocked everyone and left fans buzzing. For those unfamiliar with Leonard Ellerbe, he was the CEO of Mayweather Promotions until recently. He was fired by Floyd Mayweather after allegedly leaking details about Floyd's financial troubles, including debts that ran deep. After being let go from Mayweather Promotions, Gervonta Davis had Ellerbe's back, making it no surprise that Ellerbe is a staunch supporter of Tank. When the debate over who would win between Davis and Stevenson came up, Ellerbe didn't hesitate to make his stance clear. In his eyes, Tank would beat anyone, including Stevenson. Ellerbe passionately defended Davis, saying, "He's gonna get all of these top guys. Trust me, Shocker is asking for it, and he's going to get that work. But it's not going to be what he thinks it is." Ellerbe's confidence in Davis stems from his belief in Tank's ability to take down the top fighters in the division, including names like Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko. Davis has already knocked out Ryan Garcia, and Frank Martin is next on his hit list, according to Ellerbe. He can't fight them all in one night, but he'll get to every one of them. On the other side, Eddie Hearn, chairman of Matchroom Boxing, has thrown his full support behind Shocker Stevenson. Hearn believes that if Stevenson beats Joe Cordina and another top opponent, Zepeda, he'll have the upper hand in a fight with Tank. "I think Shocker beats Tank," Hearn said, "and I'm a massive Tank fan. But when the time comes, that will be a mega fight, and Tank is struggling for opponents. Shocker is the fight he needs." Hearn highlighted that Tank Davis needs a fight like this to maintain his momentum, especially if other contenders like Rayo aren't available for the scheduled November bout. With Ellerbe and Hearn taking such strong stances, it was only a matter of time before things escalated. The debate over who would win between Davis and Stevenson wasn't new, but today it reached a boiling point. Ellerbe's defense of Tank's power and aggressive fighting style clashed with Hearn's backing of Shocker's technical skills and defensive abilities. What started as a heated discussion quickly turned into a physical altercation. Ellerbe, already on edge, shoved Hearn. In response, Hearn threw a punch, and security had to intervene before things got even worse. If security hadn't stepped in, it's possible that one of them would have ended up in the hospital. That's how passionate both men were about their predictions. Let's take a closer look at why these two are so invested in this matchup. Gervonta "Tank" Davis has made a name for himself as a knockout artist with an explosive fighting style. His ability to end fights quickly has made him a fan favorite, and he's earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous fighters in his division. With a 94% knockout rate, Davis has shown that when he's in the ring, it's not about winning rounds, it's about surviving his knockout punch. Left hooks, uppercuts, or straight jabs, Tank's power is undeniable. On the other side, Shocker Stevenson is known for his technical brilliance and defensive skills. He's one of the brightest young talents in boxing, and his ring IQ is top-notch. However, when it comes to entertainment, Stevenson doesn't quite deliver in the same way Davis does. Some fans criticize his fights for being boring, but despite that, Stevenson knows how to win, and his record reflects that. He's precise, methodical, and extremely hard to hit. What makes this potential fight even more intriguing is that Floyd Mayweather, Davis's former mentor, is now training Stevenson. Floyd's knowledge of Tank's strengths and weaknesses is invaluable. If anyone knows how to beat Tank, it's Floyd. With Floyd in his corner, Shocker has a significant advantage, learning not only how to outbox Davis, but also how to counter the specific moves and strategies Davis uses. It's like having the ultimate cheat code in boxing, and it could be the key to Shocker pulling off an upset victory. The brawl between Ellerbe and Hearn wasn't just about Tank versus Shocker, it was a representation of the larger debate in boxing right now: power versus skill. Tank Davis relies on his knockout power, while Shocker Stevenson excels in the technical aspects of boxing. Both fighters are exceptional in their own right, but their styles couldn't be more different. Eddie Hearn's belief in Shocker Stevenson stems from the fact that Davis often loses rounds. While Davis eventually finds his knockout punch, he tends to fall behind early in fights. Against someone like Shocker, who has an elite defense, Davis might struggle to land that one decisive punch. Hearn pointed out that Tank lost rounds against Frank Martin and Ryan Garcia before delivering the knockout blow. Hearn believes that Stevenson has the skill set to take the fight to the judges and win on points, neutralizing Davis's power by avoiding big shots. Hearn also argued that Tank needs a mega fight like this. If he can't get a fight against Stevenson or a similar opponent, his career might lose momentum. Hearn said, "He loses rounds. He lost rounds to Frank Martin, to Pitbull Cruz, and to Ryan Garcia. I think he'll lose rounds to Shocker too." This is why Hearn sees Stevenson as the man to dethrone Tank, while Ellerbe vehemently disagrees, saying Tank's power is too much for anyone, including Stevenson. This isn't the first time Hearn and Ellerbe have clashed. They've had public disagreements before, but today's altercation took things to a new level. The tension between them reflects the stakes of a potential Davis versus Stevenson fight. The boxing world is divided, and fans are eager to see this match happen. With Ellerbe backing Tank's knockout ability and Hearn pushing for Shocker's technical mastery, it's no wonder the debate got so heated. Looking ahead, the big question remains: will we see Davis versus Stevenson in the near future? Ellerbe and Hearn both know how important this fight would be for their respective fighters. Ellerbe is adamant that Tank will come out on top, while Hearn believes Stevenson has the tools to beat him. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to what happens in the ring. While the physical altercation between Ellerbe and Hearn was a dramatic moment, it's just a part of the larger conversation surrounding the fight. Both men are deeply invested in their fighter's success, and the debate is likely to heat up even more as the possibility of Davis versus Stevenson draws closer. With Floyd Mayweather now working with Shocker, the fight becomes even more intriguing. Floyd knows how to prepare a fighter for a big match, and his experience could give Shocker the upper hand. But let's not forget what Davis brings to the table. His knockout power is no joke. And while Shocker may be a defensive genius, one wrong move could cost him the fight. If Davis lands his punch, it could be over in an instant. That's what makes this potential fight so exciting. Anything can happen. Eddie Hearn, though, remains confident that Shocker will come out on top. He sees the flaws in Davis's game and believes Stevenson can capitalize on them. On the other hand, Leonard Ellerbe is convinced that Tank's power will be too much for anyone to handle. It's a classic debate of power versus skill, and both sides have valid points. As we move closer to the possibility of this fight happening, fans can expect the debate to intensify. Who will come out on top,